Hello. I just want to talk about this book that I have just written. It's titled Secret Society Truth is Out There. And it is a very interesting book. Um, and the reason why I wrote the book was because I was inspired by a series of different theories I have about the world that we live in. And I see that there are groups, private organizations that make up what we see and what I term as secret society. And I don't know exactly who are the members of those groups, but I'm thinking that it's definitely people that have money and power and influence in this world. And I didn't put those people in this book, but I know that they exist. And I know to some it's like, fictional thing. They really don't believe um, that that particular thing exists, but it does. But I look at my life and I see a lot of similarity to the character Ricardo in this book. I'm not an FBI agent, but I am on a quest of trying to discover, more about this life and the weird occurrences that happen, things that have no explanation, that I have no explanation for, and yeah, it's just weird. But in this book, these people, these three main characters. I mean, they hear voices. The voices is not like normal sound. It's heard directly in the mind. And when they hear these voices, they don't really get like they don't know exactly where the voices are coming from. They have these theories of what scientists and people have thought about and have, well, these scientists they created years ago. And Detective L and Ricardo, they believe that they took that particular technology and made it better than what it was because they use silent sound to talk to us or to talk to them. And well, me as well, I believe that something is real because I have read articles and got the understanding of how that particular thing works. And I believe that it's definitely something that's true. But in this book, at first, they don't really see that because um, they discover that later on. But let's see, Ricardo, I mean, he is an FBI agent that first he lived in North Carolina. And everything that he learned from Detective L. And he was somewhat of a mentor because he wanted to get into law enforcement. And at first he was thinking about becoming a particular cop, but that didn't work out. So I mean, he decided to become an FBI agent, and he moved to DC. And there, he loved that particular city. And being an FBI agent, he had ups and downs and some trying moments. And he came across a few cases where he thought that he had connected with those particular members of these secret, organizations. And one in particular was a member of that organization, and he discovered that person, and it leads to um, something that he, really want to know. And but as far as Tiara, she is an FBI agent as well, and she is an agent in Florida. And she, just like Ricardo, I mean, they have these, ideas about the world they live in, and for some odd reason, I mean, they just can't let it go. I mean, they talk to people around them, and some people get it, some don't, and to most, I mean, they appear to be as I wouldn't say psychopaths, but these fanatics about you know this world, this society, the secret society that's not really definite, because I mean, you really have no proof because the the members or the I would say the elite members in those societies, those organizations, they do everything they can to make sure that their world is hidden. And if they have to kill people, if they have to, create some kind of distraction to, throw people off, they will. And But them, those three, they really don't buy, the hogwash that they try to put out sometimes, because you know it's like they put out rhetoric, and they create all kinds of nonsense to try to throw people off, so they won't really discover what's going on. But these people won't let it go. And Tiara, she has this trying event that happens, and she believed that, well, later she discovered that that event is something, is linked to, those profit organizations. But she didn't let it get her down. She continued to live, and okay. But this particular book, I think that if you are curious about these private groups, I think you will love it. I know to some it may not depict fully how that world is, but I'm thinking that that's a good read. I know it is. And I wish that I could make a film of this book and the books that I put out in the future, because I plan to definitely write more books, but it wouldn't be about what I have written about in this book. But I have one that I'm working on now. Plus, I plan to put out a chapbook. I know I've told people that I was going to do a lot of me, but it didn't work out because of my camera, and oh man, it's some crazy stuff going on now. But just chose to do a YouTube video of this particular book, and I hope that it generates sales. I don't know if it will, but I know the other books I had, Ethereal Paradise and Thoughts of a Long Night. I mean, that's a crazy, crazy situation right now. I talked to the people that published my book, and they try to say that I didn't make any money. I mean, I had attorneys that fought that thing for me, and they as well keep telling me that it's nothing more they can do, because every time they talk to these publishers, they feed them the same information they feed me. And I don't know if I had people that actually bought it, but they said that I have to prove my book sales. And so, I mean, I wish that I can, ask people individually. I mean, did you buy my book? Did you buy my book? Did you buy? Because I mean, that's what they're telling me, that I have to prove the sales that I have.